Hey, good morning, my friends. I'm Live Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregros here with the MLive Morning Weather Update. A little late this morning, so maybe you've never seen this because it's 10 o'clock and this is how we do it. Normally, 9 o'clock on MLive. So, like the MLive Facebook page, which you've done, and then if you watch a few of these, you'll get notifications. So, warmer times ahead, definitely. I still got to warn you, though, that remember, about depending on where you're at, about 50% of the years have a frost in mid-May. If you're in the far south, maybe not. Detroit, Ann Arbor area, Jackson, uh, Kalamazoo, maybe Grand Rapids, probably not. But if you get into Lansing, north of Lansing, St. John's to Mount Pleasant, maybe inland areas of Saginaw, Bay City, and Midland, possible. I just want to warn you of that because it looks like a pattern where people will go hog wild, and there's something that I'm seeing that would be the cool down that we would have in mid to late May, which we typically always have. It's just a question of, do we get down to 38 or do we get down to 34? Gets frost. So now we do have some sunshine, but the high clouds are coming in because of a storm system, a thunderstorm complex to our west. It's a dying thunderstorm complex, and it will mostly stay out of Michigan. The exception will be the far southwest corner as it diminishes off. Hey, Kathleen Weber from Grand Rapids, good morning to you. How's Lake City, Michigan looking for this Saturday, Matthew? Right now, weekend's looking pretty good. Let's get into it. So here's your short-term radar forecast. This is the high resolution rapid refresh radar forecast. And good morning. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrosa. Maybe you aren't familiar with this format. We do this every morning, Monday through Friday, and during severe weather. So, MLive Facebook page, allow notifications. Facebook is not real good with consistent notifications. They see you skim by Facebook, skim by MLive on Facebook a day or two, and they think, oh, person is not interested anymore. Then you stop, go read a couple of stories. Even if you're just interested in weather, you go to a couple of news stories, and then they say, oh, back interested in MLive. So here's your radar forecast for today. Bob Clark's watching from the laundromat. That's an old school thing. That means either your washer broke down or you got a whole bunch to do. So this is this afternoon. Okay, so this is 3 this afternoon, 4, 5. So Grand Rapids, Muskegon, Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, Benton Harbor, St. Joe, you could have a few showers in the second half of the afternoon. And then as we go to the evening hours, it could get into Lansing, Jackson, and eventually Ann Arbor and Detroit. A couple of spotty showers. That is 8, 9, 10 o'clock this evening. And probably staying out of the Flint and Saginaw areas, other than maybe just sidewalk freckles from a few showers very late in the evening. So most of Michigan can expect a dry day today. Now we go to the next model. Let me see how much I have of the newest run. No, not much. So we go to the next model that takes us through tonight. So this is this evening, and then this is overnight tonight. This is tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. So Tuesday looks dry. This is as we go through Tuesday, it looks dry, and it looks fairly dry going on after that. How much rainfall? Grand Rapids to the coastline, you might get 1/10 or 2/10 of an inch of liquid. Ann Arbor and Detroit, you might get a few hundred. So it's going to be very light on the rainfall this afternoon and this evening. All right, now we look at the long term. We look at the European model in this case. And remember the pitfall. All of these models have strengths and weaknesses. We know that one of the weaknesses historically of the European has been that as you get out to 8, 9, 10 days, it wants to be colder than what it often actually is. And you can kind of see that on this map. So here we go. All right, so we go into tonight, and that's that little clump of showers in the southern part of the state. Off to the east, tomorrow looks like a great day. And Wednesday, this is Wednesday afternoon, light wind, fairly sunny skies, warmer temperatures. I was going to wear a tropical shirt, but one of them was wrinkled, and my wife nixed that. She said, no, 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 no. You got to take that off. Thursday, dry. Friday afternoon, this thing tries to indicate a clump of thunderstorms in the southwest corner. That's pretty far out to believe a clump of thunderstorms, but maybe possible. Saturday, dry, still fairly mild. Sunday, a storm system trying to come toward us, but we are in the upper level ridge now. And so storms are squashed as they come toward us. So the next storms will not be vigorous, peaking in strength toward us. That's when we were under the upper level trough, all of the systems this winter were peaking in strength over Michigan and over the Great Lakes region. Now the trough has moved back to the west, off into the northeast, and we're under a ridge. And as storms come into that, they're fighting the overall atmosphere wanting to not be stormy. And so you'll see things weaken as they come toward us. Now we're into next week. Okay, so now look, remember, this model does have the pitfall of bringing cold air in, but I believe it. It's still there. And this is a plausible type weather situation that we're at May 17th, and it backs in the cold air from the northeast, which is very, very common because this cold air blob continues to circulate around in East and Northeast Canada, even on almost all years until early, as let's call it mid to late May. Today, 60s to near 70. Tomorrow, 68 to 72, pretty much all across lower Michigan. Wednesday, 75, a very common number on Wednesday. Thursday, 75 to 79. Friday, well, remember, this had that clump of thunderstorms, so it wants to keep a little cooler patch, but otherwise, it wants to say approaching 80 degrees in some places and a lot of 70s. This weekend, upper 70s. Sunday, I think it's trying to bring clouds in, so it caps us in the 60s to 70. Monday, 70. Tuesday in the 70s. Wednesday starts to indicate that cooler air. And I'm not actually saying that there will be a frost. I just want you to remember the pattern still bears it out. The time of year still bears it out. This week could be kind of deceiving. If you want to plant your garden this weekend, I would go for it. But I would only plant what you could cover if you have to. So, if you're one of these people that plants 25 tomatoes, I'd get, 4 or 8 of them in this week. And you might have some early tomatoes and then get the rest maybe by late next week if we see that the cold air backs off. And it's not going to happen. But you just should know that just because we're looking at 70s this week, cold air still could come back if you're in the frost-prone areas. If you're in Detroit, Ann Arbor, Monroe, Jackson is a cold spot, but at this time of the year, it's hard to get the cold air down into Jackson. If you're in that southern third, you're probably okay. Oh, I lost my Just a second here. Okay, we're back to that. One last thing I want to show you. Okay, so here's what I wanted to show you. This is the upper level wind flow. So you're going to see the ridging. You're going to see storms trying to come toward us. As the ridging builds, it squashes the storms. You're also going to see that upper level low in the cold air back down into the northeast, if it indeed does happen. Now, the European is usually pretty good on the upper level features. So this is what Wednesday looks like. That's what an upper level ridge looks like. So you got a trough out west, you got a ridge over the Midwest, over the Great Lakes, you got a trough in the Northeast. Any storm that tries to come toward us into that ridge, see how the storm shoots out of the California trough and goes in the ridge and just kind of is squelched. It's spinning the wrong way compared to the rest of the atmosphere. And this is Monday. The heights on the atmosphere are really building, meaning it's really warming up. But there comes that upper level low into the northeast. That's very common. This gets you that northeast wind, cools us down, and if things just go just wrong, you could still get a frost. So that's what I want you to get out of this, is that yes, we got some very nice weather coming, and we still could, a week or two down the road, have one or two frosty mornings in the frost-prone inland areas, probably. There's your MLive weather update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Have yourselves a great Monday. Take care. Bye.